Hi guys, it's Lori Ballen here in Las Vegas, Nevada with Lori Ballen team and 365 days of KW Command. Today's tutorial video is going to be on how to create a newsletter. This could be like a monthly newsletter that you send out to your clients, and we're going to do this through KW Command. Now, this is an example. I went ahead and created one because I wanted you to see what this looked like without me pausing too much to actually design it. So I've got our header, we've got our logo, we've got, in my case, I put a market report offer. You'll be able to change this to whatever you want. Then we have the download the new app and a link, and then I have a just listed new listing. And I'm going to show you where we do all of this, okay? Now, in this particular case, you will need to use Mailchimp to send out your broadcast newsletter. I'm under the impression that at some point we're going to have the ability to do that with KW Command. And now we actually do have KW Command email and smart plans, but I have not yet found a way to send the newsletter through the KW Command email system. So at this point, we are still using Mailchimp to send these. That could change anytime. All right, so from KW Command in the home screen, you're going to go ahead and click on campaigns. So what you're doing is you're creating an email campaign. So up on the right-hand side, we're going to click create a new campaign and then choose email. From here, you're going to choose your campaign goal as brand awareness and then enter your campaign name. Now what I'm going to do, because I've already got mine all filled out, is I'm going to go through it with you filled out here, okay? So what we're going to do is, I want to make sure I don't lose my spot because I did a lot of work here, so hopefully I don't lose it. All right, let me look. So apply design. Okay. There we go. Okay, I'm going to save this as a draft just to make sure I don't lose it. And save and exit. Okay, so now it should show up in my emails. There it is, monthly newsletter draft. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to click on these three dots and I'm going to edit the campaign. Okay, so in my case, brand awareness, next I titled it campaign name is monthly newsletter. Now you're going to select the account that you want to send from. Now to connect Mailchimp with your KW Command, you'll want to set up a Mailchimp account. And then you just simply go to, let me show you in a new Windows here so I don't lose my spot. Go to settings and then scroll down to Mailchimp, and you can see mine is connected. And then you're going to connect. You're going to click connect for the first time. Now, I went ahead and opened Mailchimp's pricing, so you can take a look here at their various pricing. They have a free version that has one audience and I don't know how many, and up to 2,000 contacts. So if you just have a bunch of buyers, sellers, sphere of influence, past clients, leads, whatever it is in your database that you think this newsletter is appropriate to send to, that would be one audience, and you can send up to 2,000 contacts for free. The next level up is 50,000 contacts and 3 audiences. So you can now separate those into different audiences. And I know my daughter Sabrina does some fancy things with her segments and her list to keep that price down as well. But again, this is just kind of a bridge until KW Command gives us the option to send them all out. So you're probably looking at the free one or the $9.99 a month. Okay, so that's how you can send broadcast emails. Okay, now let's go back. Don't need to be in there. So once you have set that up, you're going to choose select account, and then your email will already be populated in there because you've connected Mailchimp, okay? So if you haven't connected Mailchimp yet and you're trying to follow along, you're going to want to exit out of the video, go create a Mailchimp account, and then connect it with KW command, and then come back in here. Then you'll select your account, okay? Next, you're going to add your list. So again, in my case, I've already created a list in Mailchimp, and so it's selected here. If I had multiple lists, I would be able to drop down and choose it here. This is all pretty easy once you have that connection made. And then from, who is sending this? Now you can type this in to say whatever you want. So I put Lori Ballen team, and then what do you want the reply email to be? That can be anything. So if they click reply to have a conversation, where do you want it to go back to? Do you have a ISA, or do you have an agent handling that, or should it go back to you? You can decide that here. What's the subject line? So in my case, I put Vegas monthly. There is actually another spot where we're going to put an email subject, and I'm not sure why it's in there twice, but I'll show you where that comes up again. And then we're going to choose content. So in your case, you will be clicking here up to create a design for the first time. It would look like this: apply design. You're going to click apply design, and now you're going to choose which template you want. If you've already created a template, you can click on my design templates, and they'll be right here, or you could create a new one. But here we have two newsletter styles. We have the one that I'm showing you now, and then we also have this one that looks kind of like our agent websites with a back and forth. So whichever one you want to choose, one or two. The one I'm demoing here, this is KWRI number 2. Okay, so once you get down to it, now I'm going to go to update design so I can show you what it would look like. Okay. Now, if you have already connected your KW Command marketing profile, which you should do all of that with your settings before you start following along with these how-tos, then it will automatically populate for you. So you'll have all this information in there. If you have not already set up your marketing profile, you're going to need to type these things in, which is fine. And if you don't set up a marketing profile, you'll need to type those in every single time. So to set up your marketing profile, you're going to go over here to Connect Settings, Marketing Profile, and you're going to either follow along on the Kelly Guide, or you can just change it all here. So I just now put a new team logo. So all I have to do is do this, and that'll drop right in there. So there's my photo, team logo, there's all my information, and that is what's being populated into that section there, okay? Is there a spot to save that? Save. Okay, now going back, so I have Lori Ballen, I have a phone number, ballenvegas.com is my website. I've got my app URL to send them to. So you'll be able to see if things are showing up correctly, even though that looks a little cut off right there, it's showing up here. Also, whenever you upload an image to this newsletter, it tells you what the suggested dimensions are. But no matter what picture you load, you will have the ability to crop it, okay? That being said, this took me a few times using designs. I was using KW Command Designs to create these images. It took me a few times to find images that really worked in those boxes. It doesn't just have a clean slate like Canva does, where you can say, create 360 by 360, and then pop that in and crop it and move it over. So it's a little clunky when it comes to creating the right size images right now. Again, I don't claim to know everything. I'm just an agent like you guys, and I teach everything by doing more than anything else. So if there is a way to do it, I may not have discovered it yet, and you can share that with me. But as of today, as of making this video, I didn't see a way to change the actual size dimensions after making a design or prior to making a design. Okay, so each image also can have a link. So here's the crop. So it'll show my picture. See, right, that's not going to look right at all. So I would probably change that to a vertical. But if you noticed, it was still showing up right anyway. It looked fine. So it didn't need, if it doesn't need change, don't overthink it either. So then I can put a link. All right, so if they click on my picture, where do I want them to go? Well, maybe I want them to go to my KW website, the About Me page, or About the Team page. Either one, I have both. So About Me or Lori Ballen Team. So here's the team page. Maybe I want them to go there. So I'm just going to copy this URL right here, and I'm going to come over to enter link, finish. So now when they get the newsletter and they click on my photo, that link will be live. Okay, same with the KW logo. Maybe I want to link that to about, do I have it about the company? I don't think so. Maybe I'll just take that, I'll send that one to the contact us page. Might as well put links over pictures anytime you have the ability, because I use heat maps to track where people click and scroll and all that. And all of my images have the highest click volume, even if they're not clickable. It's hilarious. I could do a blog and just put a picture of, the blog is all about horse property in Las Vegas, and I just happen to have a picture of a horse on there, and everybody clicks the horse. It doesn't do anything, but you can see that they're clicking it. Okay, now there's that email title again. Remember where I said that was going to repeat the subject line, Vegas Monthly, but this actually, I'm sorry, this is actually the email title, goes right here, Vegas Monthly, email title. So that's not the subject preview, it's the email title here, Vegas Monthly. And then here I've got an email subtitle, and you can see it here, April 2020. See that? So you could change this to Lori Ballen Team Monthly Newsletter. Doesn't have to say April. It can say whatever you want, but you can see it changing right here. Okay. Now, the next section is this here. This section consists of a headline. If you follow my mouse right there, a headline. And then it has a section headline description 1 is this. And then it has the image, which I put here. And then it has the button copy, get the report. So see that? There's the call to action, get the report. And then what is the CTA stands for call to action. So then what is the call to action link? Okay. So each little section is going to have an image, a heading, a description, a button, link, and then a call to action. You can put whatever you want here. This is your newsletter. You do not need to copy me. Now, I do happen to have a monthly market report that I create. Right now, it's still on my main website. I do have the KW Agent website, but I'm keeping my own WordPress website that's an asset that ranks on the search engines, that has all of my content and everything. So that's where my market report actually lives right now. I'm hoping KW Command gives us some sort of a numbers and averages and market report on our website somehow. But for now, that's where this is going, just to let you know, okay? So you can go over to KW Designs. Let me just show you this. This is an example of a just listed design that can go on there. If I go back, I'm going to click out of there. I already saved that. So I'm going to click back to design to give you an idea of what things can go up there. Okay, so right up top, you could do a call to action for your app. You could do for sale. You could do a just listed. You could do a price change. You could do a neighborhood snap. You could do an open house. And remember, any of these could be changed to whatever you want. They don't have to be used for open houses. I could change this little 4 square here and put something like new neighborhood, Sky Canyon. So we have a new community up here in the northwest of Las Vegas called Sky Canyon. So I could just rename that, see it to believe it, and say Sky Canyon, and then put 4 pictures in there of, you know, homes that look like they could be in Sky Canyon. And then when they click on that link, it goes to the Sky Canyon neighborhood. Okay. So for example, if, let me check the KW website, if they have Sky Canyon in here. Sky, I think it has an E. Canyon. Oh, they do. Oh, yay. This is awesome. Okay. So what I just did is I went to my website. This is my website, Lori Ballen, KW website. I'm sorry. So I went to my KW website. I used my domain. And then I typed in, and you can do it up here too. I typed in Sky Canyon. That neighborhood came up. So now this page will send any user to Sky Canyon. And you do that by copying this long link up here. So if I wanted to, I could make a little picture, like I just said, and that link now, let me copy that, would go wherever that picture is. So if, let's get out of template 2, let's go here. So if instead of the market report, you wanted to do this Sky Canyon one, you would create that design, upload it here, and then you'd put link, you'd click that little link, and then you would paste in that long link that'll take them to that neighborhood page. And then you would also here, you would change this to say, instead of get the report, this would say, check out Sky Canyon, or what's for sale in Sky Canyon. And then your CTA link would be that long URL instead. And now that would take them to that page. So you're going to want to really play with this and find out what's relative to you and your business, okay? What other designs are over here that we could use? Okay, so you have under contract. So if you want to talk about a property you just sold or just put under contract, here's just sold. You know, so you're showing your people that you're doing business. Sold in 10 days, just sold over market price, okay? Local expert. So I'm finding on those more narrow ones. So this one, the second, oh, clicks the link. That second one there, see this? Download the new app. See this one? So its dimensions are 977 by 512, where the top one's dimensions are 1280 by 670. So you have a lot more room on that top one. The second one gets really short height-wise, so it's going to cut off any additional text, which is why I chose. I removed all the text from the image before I saved it because I noticed it was cutting off all of the text from that image. Okay, so if you were going to do that Sky Canyon one, it may not fit there with those 4 squares. So you might have to just pick something like this with 3 different images, and I could change those images. I could upload a picture of Sky Canyon doing yoga in the park and one of them hiking the mountain and then a house or something like that, right? So pay attention to those. The third one at the bottom is a 932 by 488, which is even more narrow. So each one gets a little bit smaller. Okay, so keep that in mind. You'll notice on the right-hand side, you can see there's little text underneath here, but it's not here because I had to crop it. And it had to cut that text off. So that's where you're going to want to be careful with those pictures if you're using KW Designs to do your designs. If you're using something like Canva, you're good to go. Just let's just say this one, 932 by 488. I would go over to Canva, and I would go to create a design, custom dimensions, 944 by 488. Now, anything I put in here, if I want to put a picture of a house, now I know I'm not going to, it's all going to fit. I'm not going to have to worry about cropping it. Okay. So that's what I was looking for in designs. And I could swear that I saw a spot with changing dimensions, but when I was playing with it today, I didn't see it. So, okay. Now, and then you have your footer. So here's the footer. If we scroll down, so here it says Las Vegas, Summerlin, 9420 West Sahara. Again, all being populated from your marketing profile. You're welcome to change anything you don't want in there. Make sure that you are putting in compliance, whatever your market requires. Okay. And then you have your logo. Okay. And then we're just going to click. I see a typo here. So real estate market report. Here's what's happening. Get your report. Okay, then I would need to change that one back to wherever my market report is. So for the time being, we'll just leave that there. Okay, now we're going to click apply design. Okay, now you can preview it and it'll show you what your newsletter looks like. Now here's what's nice. This is what it looks like in a desktop view. This is what it looks like on a tablet. And this is what it looks like on mobile. Ew. I'm thinking that preview might be off because I have my text enlarged or something. Yeah, I do. There we go. I can't see very well anymore. You know, welcome to the 40s. So I have all my text enlarged. Anyway, so that would be what that view looks like, okay? So then we're going to exit out of there. And once you're done, you can, save it as a draft, which we did once. You can save as draft again. Then you can hit, if you're ready to send, click send. It'll show you who you're going to send it to. Mine is just my one demo list here, which is me. Review it, make sure it looks good. You can check your buttons by clicking on the buttons to see where they go. They'll open in a new tab. So make sure that everything is correct where you want them to go before you send it. And then we're going to, now there was this, oh, hold on, we're missing something. No, we're not. Subject line, Vegas Monthly, that's right. Okay, and then you're going to click send now. So exciting. Okay, campaign sent successfully. Now you're going to be able to see your emails, all the emails that have been sent show up here. So you have last 30 days, month to date. So here was the newsletter I created on March 10th. And it tells me, it was just sent to me. So, but it'll tell you total opens, total clicks, total bounces. And am I able to preview what that letter looked like? Oh, maybe not. Okay. But then we'll be able to track this one and do the same thing here. Preview campaign, download the CSV file, or duplicate the campaign. That's it, guys. That's how you send a newsletter through KW command in an email broadcast using Mailchimp.